Yeah, I'm a big fan of like attainable ones, not waiting until January 1st to do it. That drives me nuts. Like if you're being motivated by the calendar and nothing else, like you're not going to keep it.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Which I think this is the
Stop.
interesting. This will go out a couple of days before the 31st. So,
Yeah, go ahead and start it today.
gotta get the fruit in.
Mine's mostly yeah, it's just water to be able to talk. Oh, I feel like death. I don't know what like I'm beating the hell out of my immune system, I think. Just not enough recovery.
Not enough adequate sleep.
Like I'm getting like decent amount of sleep, I think. Like it was a busy weekend this past weekend, but I think it's the shoot job is not good and needs to stop.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, I'm going to add yet another job. So, I'll let you know when we're done recording. But
Good Lord.
yeah,
Are you just is there a race to like to see if what you can have more of, jobs or kids? Is that how this works or
mm, no, I already surpassed the kids with the jobs a long time ago. I'm all about the jobs. You know that, Matt.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time to add more kids there. So there you go.
you know, all
You
the
got you got to start pumping out twins and triplets, man. Like,
hey, I was actually referring to all the times that we just jobbed out to other wrestling opponents.
oh, of course, that's
I,
plenty of jobs.
I'd much rather be the opening match than the main event. Just
Yep, I concur. Because then you can go home
at the
and
top.
get
Show.
adequate sleep and recovery. Like our least listened to podcast because nobody cares about sleep.
Yeah, I don't know if it is the least listened to anymore. To be honest, somebody might like another episode might have surpassed it. I have to go back and check.
I know anytime like I talk to people and like try to ever want to modify anybody's sleep, it's I'm good, or it's like I don't have any control over it. I'm fine. All right, and then we wonder why we're not reaching our goals. And
Yeah. We'll talk about this on another episode in the future, but I did learn some interesting things about testosterone. It's like, oh, I might need to change some things so I can. We did talk about a lot of the stuff we talked about that I learned. I learned today a lot of stuff that was on this lengthy blog that I was reading that had lots of really good, credible resources from another dietitian, which we'll have in the podcast in the future. Um, a lot of the stuff that we mentioned was on our last episode where we talked about ways to increase your testosterone naturally. She just gets kind of more into the specifics of percentage breakdowns of things and the volumes of other things to make sure that you can do everything to increase your testosterone, which also includes sleep. Like she's put out so many things about sleep recently. Um, Not even nutrition related, just sleep.
yep,
To perform better, get adequate sleep. So, but by the way, today, for the time this is coming out a few days ahead of New Year's Eve, ahead of the new year, moving into 2023. Um, we know a lot of people examine what they've been doing for the past year and think about things that they want to do the following year. And so the most common thing is that people typically try to change something with their nutrition or their fitness when it comes to New Year's resolution.
oftentimes I find, and I'm sure you'll dig into this with the list that we've got, that you create these really lofty goals that are really difficult because if for a lot of people, they say they haven't worked out at all this year, or say that they stopped working out 3, 4 months ago, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to get up every morning and work out for an hour every day. If you're doing zero now, it's going to be hard to go from 0 to 5, 6, 7. Like, and another one for me is don't wait and be dictated by the calendar. If you want to do something, if you're going to work out, do something today. If this is December 29th or whenever this is coming out, do something like, and it doesn't have to be, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym. Go, do 10 squats, go walk a half mile, go do something. That way you're not dictated by the calendar. Because if that's your pure motivation, is that when that calendar turns over to 2023, you're probably not going to adhere to it. So find what motivates you personally, not just because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah. That Shia LaBeouf thing. Do it. Just do it.
Do something today. Like,
yeah. But things I agree with Matt on all of those things. A lot of people will make a really big like goal that's, generally speaking, not a SMART goal. So go back, listen to the SMART goal episode, but it's usually eat healthier, work out more. Like, okay, what does that mean? How are we getting there? Like, what's your steps towards progressing to healthier and more? Like what?
and why? Like, I love asking that too. Like, why are we doing this? Well, I want to eat healthier. And let's say even you create that specific goal. Like, I want to make sure that I'm got a fruit and vegetable with every meal every day, blah blah blah, because I want to be healthy. Why? And what is healthier to you? Like, what is healthy? Is it because you want to be able to have longevity to play with your kids? Because you want to be able to run a marathon? Is it because you want to reduce your A1C or your blood pressure? Like, so understanding the why behind doing it. Just be healthy is not going to keep you motivated. You wake up and go, I don't want to do this 5 a.m. workout. Why am I doing this? Oh yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Not just because be healthy. Screw that. I'm hitting the snooze button and going back to sleep.
Yeah. I actually, the irony of talking about being healthy. We were talking about Christmas cookies today at work, and a doctor turned around and said, Ryan, tell them all what's healthy. It's like, healthy is your relationship with food. And she's like, see, I knew he was going to say it. I knew what he was going to say. It's like, so you can have a cookie. He's like, yes, you can have a cookie. It's totally fine. You got to think about your relationship with the food that you're eating. Do you want to continue to eat all of the cookies? Do you want to have the whole sleeve? Or are you okay with just one? It's kind of an intuitive eating approach.
But isn't sugar addictive, Ryan?
Don't get me started. Sugar is not addictive. Either way, speaking of sugar, so we have a list of 4 resolutions that we believe you could start and keep beyond just the new year. So, stuff that's very simple, and it's not about taking away something. Um, so the first thing we talk about it on here all the time is add a serving of fruit to your day. So if it was a SMART goal, say tomorrow I'll eat 1 more serving of fruit than I normally do in the day. Very specific, time, achievable. You got it all in there. It's measurable. It's just one.
Just add an apple, add your favorite fruit, try something different. There's like, I love trying different fruits that I haven't had in a long time. That's how I've been eating more blueberries lately. So I just added blueberries to my diet. I was like, oh, I forgot how much I really do love blueberries.
Yeah. And for us in the northern hemisphere, this is the winter time. So there's a lot of different fruits that are just necessarily like in season during the winter that aren't in season during the entire rest of the year. Um, and a lot of people, if you got them like during the rest of the year, they're not going to taste good. And so people just don't like them because they see them at the rest of the year. Um, for example, if you have there's summer strawberries and winter strawberries. If you got a summer variety strawberry in the winter time, it's likely only red because they pumped it up with a lot of water to make it expand to turn the color. It's not going to taste good. But if you got a winter variety strawberry, it's going to be slightly more bitter and tart than a summer strawberry, but it's going to be full of flavor. It's not going to taste like it's just a thing of water that you're consuming. It's got a bunch of stuff in there and it's really good, but it's only available like in the wintertime. So, and just to point out, because we like to throw out trivia information, 75% of Americans don't meet the minimum recommendations for fruit intake. So That's only 2 servings of fruit, which
I was
generally,
saying, what's that number, Ryan? Because yeah, I think we went the whole Christmas episode without you mentioning servings of fruit. So
yeah,
I'm disappointed.
gotta get it in there. It's only two. That's probably like a navel orange. Probably get you your 2 servings of fruit. So 1 serving of fruit, generally speaking, might get you close to the minimum recommendations for fruit. Do you have another one, Matt?
Yeah, so like I'll piggyback on that one and go with your add a serving of veggies every day. So boom. So how many servings of veggies should I have a day, Ryan?
Should have 3 servings of vegetables every day.
So, yeah, just add it somewhere. Like, add some like the easy one for me that I oftentimes forget is being able to add, say, like spinach to an omelet. Like that's always think, there's not really a whole lot of veggies I want for breakfast. Like, oh, I can add all kinds of fun stuff to an omelet, and boom, you're done, good to go.
When you cook your spinach for an omelet, do you cook it before you put the eggs in or after you put the eggs in?
After,
Interesting.
I like to have a little bit of crunch.
Okay. Yeah, I put mine in before, um, just because I can get more in, like it wilts a little bit more. So you can.
Right.
I usually end up using the salad mix when it starts to go bad. So toss that in the pan so that way it cooks off. So that way it doesn't have the unpleasant mouthfeel of when salad's going bad, but it cooks off. It's still a little crisp. Yeah, that's a good suggestion for adding in another serving of vegetables. Um, uh, sorry, I got a text message. My brother-in-law is getting his elbows looked at. So he said, just got out of an MRI. I've been there forever. I'm like, yep, that's how it goes. Um, but adding vegetables to your diet doesn't take um, a ton of effort because most vegetables that you can consume are like salads are the most easily accessed thing. Like you get a salad mix that's already like pre-made. You don't even have to try. Just dump it in a container and go. Um, and the other thing though too, so similar to fruits, the array of colors that come across vegetables is important, and all that signifies various vitamins and minerals. So similar to fruit, where you want to have a variety of colors of fruit throughout the week. When it comes to vegetables, you want to have a variety of colors throughout the week. Um, but if the only thing you can get to add is a giant box of salad mix, and you just add salad every single day, you are better than like the vast majority of
That's
Americans.
all. That's always such an easy go-to for me. I just have a salad before a meal. Just have a salad before lunch, salad before dinner. Boom, done. Like
Yeah. Um, but and then another thing that I think is really fun. This isn't saying you got to do it every day. Doesn't say you got to do it every week, but like once a month, you could do that. Is go and visit your local farmers market. There's farmers markets everywhere. You're gonna find some interesting food that you didn't know was grown locally. Also, you might meet some interesting people that you didn't know or live close to you. We actually randomly one time bumped into another person that we had known for um, years at like a farmers market event. It's just like, oh, like you live here? I'm like, yeah, I live here. Like, oh, this is amazing. Like, who would have thought? This is nuts. Um, so I mean, that's all a possibility. So simply just visiting a farmers market might open your um, palate to more suggestions of fruit and vegetables that you could have that are grown locally. Again, that help out with the variety of colors that you're getting out throughout the week, and also making sure that you get that minimum servings of fruits and vegetables every day.
perfect. And so yeah, we've done a lot of food stuff. So let's talk a little physical activity. I know you've mentioned it before. I'm a big proponent of this one too. Is taking a walk directly after a meal, just a 15-minute walk, because not only are you getting a little bit of physical activity in, burning a few calories, aiding with digestion, but it's also helps better with regulating blood sugar. So yay, there's all kinds of benefits. Just a 15-minute walk.
Yeah, amen. We always talk about things that are going to help you bulk up, but we often don't necessarily mention um, things to like help you lose weight. But that 15-minute walk, if you did that after every meal, that's 45 minutes of cardio that you did in a day.
Not
Um,
too shabby.
so most people aren't getting that. It's like Um, what do you have to do to make your heart rate be vigorous? Like,
I
what's the
just,
simple thing you can think about?
I just to do vigorous.
Yeah, like if you had to define vigorous and you didn't have a way to like measure your heart rate.
Okay, vigorous would be if you can breathing heavy because I always like program for most people with moderate, like to be able to talk but not be able to sing. Like that's moderate physical activity.
Right, yeah, and you can get into like the moderate level pretty quick in a 15-minute walk.
Absolutely.
Like, and then you can cool yourself back down towards the end of your walk, and you've still gotten in at least 30 minutes of uh, moderate to vigorous activities you did.
Yeah, because with the after meal walks, most of the time I'm not advising people to do vigorous. For a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, I'm going out," during lunch. Like most people are like, "I don't want to go vigorous," and then head back to the office drenched in sweat.
Yeah, you can get up to that moderate amount, and you can also get yourself back down so that you're like cooling down as you're ending. But you still get the 30 minutes in if you had a 2.5 warm up phase and then a 2.5 minute cool down phase at the end. Um, but that just adding that in, if you've never done that before, that is still like new exercise. That's new workout. I hear a lot of people that just say, "Oh, I don't have to worry about that because I do X thing in my job." Your body is used to that thing that you do in your job. So adding this additional stimulus, while it may seem very minimal, has a grand effect on helping you get to your goals. But those are the four simple things that we think that you could add to your resolutions instead of taking something away.
I was gonna say I love all of those because it's positive. It's adding something in. It's adding something positive to your life. It's not punitive. It's I'm not gonna have any sweets this entire year. It's not punishing yourself. That sucks. Nobody else do that. You're not gonna stick to that for long at all. And then you're gonna feel bad when you do have a cookie, even though it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Uh, I'm still waiting to figure out the whole thing with some cereal options, so might be getting. So either way, uh, everybody that's out there, things. What are you thinking about for your New Year's resolution? What are you going to try to do for yourself going into the new year? Um, like we say every week, maximize every bite.
Maximize every rep.